runs back upstairs. At this point, like, I have time to go to my car, chill. He runs back upstairs. Like, mind you, the garage closed, my keys not in my car. So I actually didn't even go out into my garage. So I just kind of stayed on the inside of my house. So as he come back downstairs, he comes down with 2 firearms, like 2, not 1, but 2. And I'm like, oh no, like, but I'm not thinking it's towards me though. Like, you know, cause I don't know. I just wasn't thinking it was towards me. So even when I got shot, I was not even I wasn't even from here to that chair. We was from my front door and he was all the way at the patio. Like, it was from a distance that he did this. We wasn't even in a aggressive nothing. He wasn't grabbing me or nothing. Like, he went upstairs to specifically do this. Get this. This was in his mind. Like, this is what you want us to do. You know what I'm saying?
She told herself she wasn't going to panic. For bullets had just ripped through her body. 1 in the chest, 2 in her side, 1 in her arm. And instead of screaming, instead of crying, she sat in her car, completely calm, watching her boyfriend hallucinate at the passenger door. She was bleeding out, drenched in her own blood, and she didn't even have any clothes on. 17 minutes had passed. The man who shot her, the man she called her best friend, had just run off, leaving her to die in the garage. And the only thing going through her mind was, I have to get to my dog. That's how you know this story is different. Stick with me, because this isn't just another domestic violence case. This is about a woman who had a 5% chance of surviving, and somehow she's still here to tell the story. Before we go further, thank you for every like, every comment, every subscribe. This channel exists because you care about the truth. If you're new here, hit that button. You're going to want to see how this one ends. Now let's get into what happened. Let me back up and tell you who this woman is. Her name is Jbrail Grimes. Everybody calls her JG. She's 28 years old, from Dallas, Texas. And she wasn't just some guy's girlfriend. She was a rising star. An independent female rapper with a growing fan base. She had her own cannabis line called Jizzle Exotics. She was the first female to collab with Cliff Woods. She threw her own shows, helped other artists get on stage, and she just graduated from real estate school. On top of all that, she was cast in a reality TV show called Bad Beaches Only. But here's the thing. Behind all that success, her private life was a mess. She was in a 4-year relationship with a man named Loot Campbell, also known as Loot. And that relationship was a roller coaster. They fought constantly. They broke up and got back together over and over again. She even took a 4-month break from him at one point. But they always ended up back together. Right before the shooting, they had just moved into a new 2-story house together. They had only been there for 2 weeks. Now here's where it gets ugly. In an interview after the shooting, JG opened up about who Loot really was. She said he had been on the run for 2 years before this even happened. 2 years. He had cut off his ankle monitor back in October. He had a criminal record going back to when he was 14 or 15 years old. She described him as trigger-happy around dudes. She said she had seen him pull guns on other people plenty of times. But she never thought he would turn one on her. That's the part that gets me. She knew he was dangerous. She just didn't know she was the target. Let me walk you through what happened on that morning. It was May 23, 2026. The night before, they had been out celebrating his birthday. They had guests over. They didn't get home until late, and they only slept for about an hour and a half. Around 9 in the morning, a petty argument started. JG said it was over something so small. She won't even say what it was because people wouldn't believe it. But that little argument escalated fast. She said he strangled her in their bedroom while guests were in the house. He tried to get out. She finally made it downstairs. One of the guests saw marks on her neck and confronted Loot. That's when the energy shifted. JG walked toward the garage, hoping to just sit in her car and let things cool down. But Loot followed her. He slammed the garage door, pushed her, she pushed him back. Then he ran upstairs. Here's where it turns deadly. He came back down with 2 firearms. Not 1, And he didn't come straight at her. He walked all the way to the patio on the other side of the living room. From a distance, without another word, he raised one of those guns and fired. And because he was using a switch, a device that makes a gun fire like a rifle, she only heard one loud boom. But 4 bullets hit her. 1 went into her chest. 2 went into her side, fracturing her rib. 1 went into her arm. A bullet even went through her front door. Imagine if she had been standing just a few inches differently. She would have been shot in the back. Paralyzed or dead. Here's what the cameras saw. They had 11 cameras inside and outside the house. JG said Loot had just paid to have them installed. And those cameras caught everything. After he shot her, he didn't run. He grabbed a blanket, went over to her, and started hallucinating. JG says he was acting strange, trying to coach his friend to drive her to the hospital. But when the car wouldn't start, that friend panicked and drove off. He left her there. Loot left too. But not before saying something that stuck with her. She didn't quote it directly in this interview, but the implication was clear. He blamed her, like she made him do it.
So is it safe to say that you were, I believe you were shot 4 times?
I was shot 4 times.
4
by my
times.
ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend, point blank in the chest.
Yeah, my chest, my side rib, 3 times, and 1 time in my arm.
Okay.
So actually, I was shot my chest, my arm, and 2 in my side. 4 total, yes.
Okay. So what we'd like to do, as far as just to have this conversation, is if you don't mind, again, this is for the people watching at home that want to make sure that, you know, the people who like to have information, but also want to make sure they're wishing for your well-being. Can you walk us through what happened? And whether it starts from the day of, a week before, a month before, what led up to that moment? And we'll start breaking it down from there, but what led up to that actual incident in itself?
It's crazy because I didn't even think nothing would lead up to that moment because we was having me and all my people, we was out the day before because it was his birthday that Friday. But the next morning we had like a little knick-knack argument, which is, you know, we never had bigger arguments than this. So that's how I knew something mentally, or the case may be, no excuse for nothing. Something was going on. But
when you say knick-knack argument, you know, we like
it was a petty argument. It was
attention to details.
Petty. 9 a.m., 9:01 in the morning. We've been asleep for 2 hours. Wake up, you know, we're going back and forth about something so petty.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah.
Can you speak?
I'm not going to say it.
Okay, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to.
I'm not going to say it because
petty
it's just,
in your world.
If I say it, I'm like, you're lying.
Okay.
We were literally like, it's just, if I tell y'all what we was arguing about, I'll tell y'all behind the scenes.
Okay.
But we were arguing about something so little, like y'all don't even understand. So yeah, and then it led to something else.
How often do y'all have arguments, if you don't mind me asking?
Randomly. It'll be randomly.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not often, but random.
So normal relationship shit.
Normal relationship shit, yeah. Randomly. And so that's why I was shocked. I didn't even think he would shoot me. But we have had it go there before, but not where I think when he would shoot me. But yeah, so
Do you pack a pistol?
No, I don't, but I'm licensed. I used to have one, but I'm glad I didn't have one because I probably would have, you know, reacted and did.
Different.
I would have been the one everybody looking at like, she's, you know, so it's just like sometimes I just, I'm glad I don't.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to not have it just because you know yourself.
Yeah,
you know
I would have tried to defend myself for sure. Like, it just would have been because once I seen somebody coming downstairs with 2 guns at me and I'm a distance from you, that it's telling me you was having a crisis.
But you know he's known to normally have it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does that change just knowing that in a relationship, how arguments or how disagreements happen?
No. Because a gun was never pulled before on me, but he'd be trigger happy around others. So let's say that, yeah.
Okay, so 9 a.m. petty argument.
Petty argument, trying to get out the room. We're going back and forth. In the room, I thought I was probably going to lose my life without the gun. So that was my first time, like, feeling that way. Because I'm not, anybody will tell you, like, I'm an aggressive person, but I know how to defend myself, too. Like, I know it's ladies go through domestic relationships and they just scared to fight back. But I'm not saying I'm supposed to fight back or you always supposed to defend yourself. But nobody should be hitting you first. Like, a female shouldn't hit a guy first, period. Because people got reactions. But in that situation, it was just like, I got approached first and I got strangled in my room trying to get out while we had guests there. Because it was his birthday the night before. So we just, had a few guests, 2 people we knew stay there because we're not going to drive crazy in the rain. Y'all can stay in our guest room. Even like somebody that was there was like, y'all need to stop that. Y'all petty, ain't that serious. He not even expecting like it to go that way. Even in his mind, the guest that was there said, I would have stayed if I would have known he would have did something like that. Wow. So I would have been able to help. I would have been able to, what I'm saying? But yes, I'm trying to, get out the room, get downstairs. He didn't even follow me downstairs. So I'm just like thinking, okay, boom, it's over with. But go downstairs. Then one of our guests was downstairs in the living room, the second guest. So as I'm coming downstairs, I guess he see marks on my neck and stuff. And he's like, what's going on? Like not thinking it's that big of a, he knew it was that big of a deal. Yeah. Cause he's seen the reaction and how I came downstairs and what was on my neck. And then once he hear his company yelling and trying to defend me, he's like tweaking out on him, trying to do something to him, saying stay in a man's place. So as the attention is off of me as he come downstairs, I'm in my kitchen island, just trying to stay in my place, really, because I wasn't. At this point, when we were downstairs, me and him didn't even have no altercation downstairs. So I'm not thinking it would go this far. The energy is on the other friend that's downstairs at this point. So I ended up walking to my garage. As I walked to my garage, because I knew my car was unlocked, mind you, I have on no clothes, nothing. So I wake up, at that point. Yeah, I woke up like that, nothing. I had a bonnet, nothing, no shoes, no clothes. So mind you, he had company there. So I'm trying to get to one of the closets downstairs so I can at least throw something on. But he was just so in a rage or aggression or what was going on. The attention is on the friend. I'm trying to go out. I guess when he thought I was trying to leave, I was trying to leave to go snitch or. But mind you, I don't have on anything. So I was not trying to leave out the front door. But even if I was, there's no way you shouldn't be trying to stop me. So as I'm trying to open the garage, he comes over there, boom, slams the garage, trying to keep me from leaving the premises to go tell what I was going to do. But I was really just trying to sit in my car to let everything come down and let them leave. Because one person had left, but it was one more person there. And I'm like, I don't have on no clothes. So at that point, boom, he come over there, slammed the door. He pushed me. I pushed him back. At this time, we didn't even fight how we was fighting upstairs. So I'm thinking, okay, everything's about to come down, So I guess he was still getting heated because the guy there was trying to, calm him down or tell him you wrong. So he runs back upstairs. At this point, I have time to go to my car, chill. He runs back upstairs. Mind you, the garage closed, my keys not in my car. So I actually didn't even go out to my garage. So I just kind of stayed on the inside of my house. So as he come back downstairs, he comes down with 2 firearms, 2, not 1, but 2. And I'm like, oh no, but I'm not thinking it's towards me though, because I don't know. I just wasn't thinking it was towards me. So even when I got shot, I was not even I wasn't even from here to that chair. We was from my front door and he was all the way at the patio. It was from a distance that he did this. We wasn't even in a aggressive nothing. He wasn't grabbing me or nothing. He went upstairs to specifically do this. Get this. This was in his mind. This is what you want us to do. You know what I'm saying? Now something wrong with you. But people always call a dude, my nigga just crazy. No. Something was really wrong with him, but he take drugs instead of what he needs to take. So he knew what he was doing. He been like this for years. We've been together for 4 years. So, and before me, it was problems with, but he know what he's doing. So he goes upstairs, come back down, and he don't even come towards the garage, right? When you come in the house, it's the garage door, then it's a restroom, then you may see the stairs, and you go towards the island in the living room. And then you'll see the patio. He goes to the patio. My dog is near the patio in his cage. We have a big living room. It was a 2-story house. We just had been there for 2 weeks and a day. We moved there May 11th. Boom. So, and this happened on May 23rd that morning. But yeah, he goes from a distance, goes to the patio. And I didn't even think he was going to shoot me. So I'm still leaning. The garage is this way. So how I'm sitting right now, my body was turned like this, standing up, but the garage is right here. I'm just holding the handle just in case I feel like I was just gonna have to run out. So he's yelling with his friend back and forth. But he don't do nothing to the friend. He just looks straight. And I'm just looking, I'm like, y'all chill. Mind you, we so far apart. Like, I'm not even thinking he's gonna shoot me. I'm thinking maybe the energy is on his friend. And all I heard was a boom. Like, it was just like boom. So I didn't even know. And I just heard, when I heard his friend say, you shot her, what the, like his reaction. Basically, when I heard his reaction, that's when I just looked down and I just like started holding my side rib on the left side. Like, and I was like, what? I didn't fall, I didn't cry. I don't know. Some people say,
shock, that it happened.
Some people say they feel fire to their body. I didn't feel anything, but like a tense. Like I just felt tense. Like, and then so I just was holding my side. So then I didn't even know I was shot in my chest until the friend ran up to me and was like panicking because he's repeating everything that happened. Like he's like tripping. So at that point, my ex runs to me with a big blanket, and at this point, he's hallucinating. He's like, trying to say he basically got the cover and was like like doing all his stuff and holding me. But as he was holding me, he's falling to the ground. But I'm like, stop, you're gonna make me panic. Like, chill, just you good, just move. Like, I'm just talking to come to him. Like, even we got 11 cameras in our house, so I have but I'm not gonna show, but of course. So as me seeing everything, I don't know, I was just in control of the whole situation. So boom, I finally go to my car in the garage, because I'm still by the door. That's where I got shot at. And one of the bullets went through my front door. Imagine if I was just going straight through my front door, I just would have got shot straight in the back, or I would have been paralyzed dead straight up. Like, so luckily for some reason I stayed turned with my hand on the knob of the garage, because at this time I still didn't have any clothes on. So even when his friend ran up to me, I'm in blood at this point, because I got shot 4 times. But I got shot 4 times, and they said they found a rifle bullet because he shot me with the gun with the switch. So that's why I didn't hear like blah, 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 blah. I heard one, bullet. Yeah, a gunshot. Yeah, so boom, I'm going to my car. I'm opening the passenger. He's like trying to coach his friend, like, hey, get her keys, da da da. Not da da da, let me just tell you. He's basically like coaching his friend to drive me, get my car and drive me, but my keys were so stuck up under the seat, my Benz wasn't detecting to the key. So he's literally on my side of the passenger, but the cousin or the friend, is like, he's in the driver's seat trying to get everything started, but it's not working. So he's panicking, like, what the fuck? So I'm just like, bro, just put me in his car. Like, y'all finna let me die. Like, I'm talking calm. Just like how I'm talking, that's how I was talking in the video as I rewatched this multiple times. So I'm just like, y'all finna let me die. Like, just put me in his car. But of course, he don't want to get in trouble, or however the case may be. So nobody put me in his car. So he's trying to like help. But then at this time, he started panicking more and more and more. He drives off. He leaves. He leaves.
He left you.
He dropped. Yes, he left.
You're in the back seat?
I'm in the front seat of my car at the garage. Okay. His car is parked on the outside of our garage. He has a different truck. But yeah, boom, he drives off. He's telling his partner, come on. Make sure you call. He's telling him to do everything. Call the police. Da da da. Mind you, I had the camera. For some reason, I tried to call my friends in group message, but mind you, we just left the club at 6 a.m. It was like 30, 40 deep, because it was more than one person's birthday, but we was all like hanging out, did a dinner, went to the club, da da da. So they didn't answer, because of course they probably was sleeping. So I instantly pushed record on my camera. So the phone was in the cup holder. So as it was in the cup holder, you can hear, like, you can see him hallucinating in the back, tripping. You can see me coaching him. You can hear me, you can just see everything. It's just, you can see everything. And I'm like, not believing I'm this calm. Like, I didn't cry. I don't know what the case may be. I don't know. So boom, he drives off. And as he drive off, the cousin finally was able to, I'm looking for my phone. I'm starting to lose like my sense. Mind you, my phone in the cup holder the whole time. I'm like, just bring me my phone. I'm losing like everything in my thoughts. So I finally, out of everything, it's not funny. Out of everything, I'll go back in the house, and I find my second phone. But before I do that, I go find my dog, because he's just sitting in the back of his cage. I'm just trying to make sure my dog wasn't dead. Like, that's like my son. So I lock his cage, but as I lock his cage, like, I leaned over, and like, that's when I felt the bullet. Like, it was in my side. All the other bullets, when I got on the ambulance, it was no bullets. It was just one in my side, my left rib. So I bent over, felt the bullet, and that's when I was like, okay, let me go back to the car, because I started feeling pain, but I wasn't feeling like I couldn't take it or nothing. So I got my phone and I called the police, because I found the other phone, not knowing I got the phone in the cup holder. Yeah. So boom, find the other phone, instantly call the police. She's asking me all these questions. I said, look, I'm shot 4 times. Just come get me. I hang up. I give her the address. I hang up. I just hang up. Literally when you call the ambulance, it takes them about 30. It took them 2 to 3 minutes. Like I'm literally my garage is up and I'm literally hearing the sirens so close. Mind you, I still don't have on no clothes. So at this point, my body is drenched. I've been shot for 17 minutes at this time. So 17 minutes, I'm walking out the what is this called? The garage. So instantly when the ambulance pull up, they swing in and they run out, they throw me on the stretcher. I remember everything up until I got to the hospital, actually. Throw me on a stretcher. And then as I'm getting on the stretcher, I see like 50 police just pulling into my house, pulling, and da-da-da. So boom, get on the ambulance. I'm literally hearing them say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I count all time. I don't know. I just know I heard a whole bunch of numbers. And they start sticking me with all type of stuff and then asking me all type of questions. Like,
so there she was, in her garage, naked, bleeding from 4 gunshot wounds, and completely alone. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She went and checked on her dog, whose name is Bullet. Let that sink in. Her dog's name is Bullet. She locked his cage, bent over, and felt one of the bullets still lodged in her side. That's when she finally called the police. They arrived in 2 to 3 minutes. By then, she had been shot for 17 minutes. Now this is where the rumors started. While JG was in the hospital fighting for her life, people online started saying her mother shot her. Make it make sense. Her own mother. JG's mom, who goes by Icy, was furious. She posted a message debunking the whole thing. She wrote, quote, "We know who shot my daughter. Stop making rumors. It was not a family member. It was her boyfriend." Then she posted again with Loot's picture. She said, "Before I let y'all make up a false story, I will put the real face of the person who shot my child. His name is Loot Campbell. They call him Loot. Stop playing with my name. My daughters and I have a close relationship." So that rumor was shut down fast. But here's the question nobody was asking. Why would anyone even start that lie? Loot didn't get arrested right away. He went into custody 6 days later, on May 29th. He was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and attempted murder. But remember, he had already been on the run for 2 years. The charges just kept piling up. Meanwhile, JG was in the hospital. And here's the miracle part. The doctor told her she only had a 5% chance of living. 5%. People with 1 gunshot wound to the chest don't usually make it. She had 4 wounds. But she did make it. She was in surgery for an hour. And when she woke up, her room was full of people. Her mom, her sister, her best friend, her cousin, and her 7-year-old niece. She said once she saw her niece, that's when everything hit her. That's when she started to understand what had just happened. Visitors kept coming. Even the mayor, Rachel L. Proctor, mayor of DeSoto, Texas, showed up. She had so many flowers, so many people, that the hospital had to put a sign-up sheet at the front desk. Her sister cooked for everyone. They set up a projector and had a watch party for her TV show right there in the hospital room. The doctors were looking at her like, who is this person? Her interview on Real Life Productions. This is where she breaks down what really happened in her own words. And pay attention, because the way she describes her own calmness is almost unsettling. She said, "I didn't feel anything but a tense. I just held my side. I didn't fall, I didn't cry." She said the doctors couldn't explain why she was so calm. One suggested it might have been her ADHD medication. But JG thinks it was something else. She thinks it was her grandmother and her late friend Z, who had passed away. She thinks they were holding her together. Here's what keeps me up about this case. JG admitted that Loot had always been violent. He had pulled guns on other people. He was jealous. He deleted her social media pages 50 times over 4 years. He argued with her before every event she tried to attend. The signs were everywhere. But she still moved into a house with him. She still called him her best friend. So here's my question to you. Why do we stay? Why do smart, successful, strong women stay with men who are clearly dangerous? Is it love? Is it fear? Or is it something else? And here's another one that gets me. After he shot her, he didn't run immediately. He sat there. He hallucinated. He tried to help. Then he left. What was going through his mind in those minutes? Was he scared? Was he sorry? Or was he already thinking about his next move? You tell me. Drop your answer in the comments. The doctors told her that people don't survive the kind of wounds she had. But she walked out of that hospital after 6 days. She's still healing. She still has a fractured rib. She can't smoke or drink anymore. But she's alive. And she's not hiding. She's doing interviews. She's planning her next music video. She's even talking about getting that BBL surgery she wanted. That's either bravery or something else entirely. This is The Dark Passion on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Thank you for every like, every comment, every subscribe. This community is the reason we dig into these stories. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. We bring you real cases, real evidence, and you are part of the conversation. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this story. And comment below. Based on everything you heard, do you think Loot planned to shoot her that morning, or did something snap in the moment? And what would you have done if you were standing in that garage? We'll see you in the next one.